All right, hello everyone. Today I want to show you how I'm comping a property down in Savannah. I am in Atlanta, the property is in Savannah, no problem. I'm going to use CompleteComps.com, tapping into data in Savannah. Remember, we're hitting 700 MLSs all over the country, and this is allowing me to look at properties in multiple markets. This is a deal, and I've already got this in the search here, of a property that I'm looking at in the Savannah market. And what you're going to notice is I'm going to go down, it's going to get me the basic information. Individual already tells me it looks like it's owner occupied, which by the way it is. And I'm going to hit details. And right off the bat, it's going to give me a bunch of information. If I click the picture, it's going to get me whatever pictures it knows, whether it's from MLS or public record. As you can see, there's nothing in the MLS, so it's just giving me some basic information. If Street View is available, which it is, it's going to go get it for me. So right off the bat, I can see what it is I'm looking at. One off the corner, wraps around and so forth. So pretty cool. So going back to this, the first thing I want to look at is, all right, what's the thing worth? Before I get into that, you'll notice it'll give me some estimated values as is, average sale price for the area, which may or may not be accurate, because again, and we'll dive into that. And then it'll also give me just a quick estimate of rents, which is nice. I have found this number to be slightly high, so whatever it tells me, I round down about $100. So if I'm seeing 1311, I'm going to assume about 1200, and that's what I'm finding. So I'm still learning a little bit more about that. But when we get in here, this is the gold. Used to be I'd have to search public record and MLS separately, and I'd set my criteria. Now we have this beautiful thing where you can say both. And I can adjust my criteria. You'll notice it actually remembers. That's pretty cool. It actually remembers the last data I put in when I looked at it. So if I log out and come back, I can actually still see where I left this property at. Super cool. You'll notice I said just show me the single family comps. Don't show me any multi-parcel sales. That's when you have a larger price for one house, but really it's larger because there's multiple properties involved. Okay, it'll show me my public record ones that are not recorded in MLS. And so you'll notice if I go to public record, it's going to show me I've got 11 transactions that have occurred. But if I go to MLS, 7. Okay, so that means there's 4 properties here that sold in public record that are not even in the MLS. Okay, so that's good information to know. Now, one of the things you'll notice is when I sort by amount, you'll notice the first 2 properties shown are 2 of those public record sales. These are probably properties that were sold to an investor because A, the price is low, and B, they're not on the MLS. Very much an investor transaction in most cases. There is an MLS sale for 113, and you'll notice there's a public record sale for it as well. So it's captured, it's happened, and it was recorded. But then another public record sale at 114, another at 140. And so you'll see it's grabbing this information in a way that really gives us a picture into what's really going on. Obviously, the public record sales are not in capture days on market. That's an MLS thing. As we scroll down, you'll notice we start getting into the retail comps around this 165 to 174 range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck everything below 165. And I'm going to leave these checked. Now you'll notice each of these happens to have an MLS sale along with it. MLS, public record, and so forth. So for the purposes of the report, because the report would actually show them duplicated if you leave them checked, I'm going to uncheck these. And now I can go to actions and say view comp report. You'll notice this is way, if you've used MLS CMA report, this is much quicker, cleaner, easier. There's a few less things that you don't do, like doesn't give you the adjustments, but for 95% of what you're doing, you don't need that anyway. So there's a lot less fluff, and we just get right to it. Here's my property, some basic information about it, and then we get into it. Here we go. Here's my subject, low, high, average. You'll notice the year builds are comparable. The high is actually a little bit newer. It shows me my distance, bed and bath, price per square foot. You'll see it's from 95 and 135, averaging about 110. And then here's a cute little chart that tells you everything you need to know, all in a nice, basic, pretty format. As you dive down, it'll give you that information broken out with a picture, and then you get pictures of each property. So very cool, very simple, very easy. And again, this is a real deal. I'm working with negotiating right now. So I already know my ARV for this property is probably in the 200 range based on the chart. If we go back to the chart, probably between this 190 and 217. If I wanted to ultra conservative, probably around 190, because I know I would do a good job rehabbing it. You know, maybe 200, 210 if I want to look at this. But you know, this guy up here that sold for 258. Now here's the thing. I go to a realtor and I say, hey, realtor, why did this property sell for $40,000 more than the next comp? Do you see how that's a much better question to ask a realtor than, hey, can you give me a comp report? I'm from Atlanta, I just need comps for this property to see if I have a deal. I don't have to even have that conversation. Now it's, hey, I looked at the comparables in the area. It looks like my range is 165 to 258. That's kind of a wide range. Can you tell me a little bit more about what might drive that in the area? Why is this comp for 165 a little bit on the low side and this 258 is way higher? Okay, because again, this property for 165 was also built in the 80s. So if I wanted to take age out of the equation, well, these three were built much closer to each other. So is my range really even include these, or is it really 174 to 217? At which point I would be averaging out at around 195. That's a much better conversation to have with a realtor. Oh, and by the way, when you ask your realtor that question, you're going to find out if they're really good at knowing their area, because now they have to really dig in as well. And if they really know the area, they'll probably be able to answer that question very quickly. If they have to go dig and find out the answer for a little while, maybe maybe they're still a good realtor, but maybe they're not. There's no telling, but at least you are more empowered. That's the point. So you can better assess the people you're working with. A couple more things I want to show you is not only will it show me all the neighbors if I want to do a postcard to all the neighbors for fun, it will also show me the cash buyers in the area. Hey, who's bought for cash? And when I sort that by price, you'll notice there's someone bought some for 401, so whatever that is. I'm gonna make this a little shorter, just go down to half a mile here. All right, there we go. And now when I sort, so you'll see there's somebody bought a house for cash. And let's look at the pictures for this one for 140. Okay, we don't know what the inside looks like, but on the outside, that doesn't look too bad. So who knows, that might have been just a TLC property for all we know. We looked at this one for 121, and that's a nice, pretty run. Now that one looks kind of nice on the inside. Okay, by the way, SMLC refers to the Realtor Board in Savannah, so I know this is legit. These pictures were taken for a listing. Looks like a good rental grade property. And so that would be another question. Wow, why did that sell for 121? If I look at the number, it's the number 2. It's on the other side of Windsor Road. So that tells me if these guys down here are in the 170, 210 range, maybe the north side of Windsor Road is not quite as strong. That might be a little bit rougher area there. So that would be another great question to ask a realtor. Okay. I can also find out, hey, there's a couple of people here that might be behind in payments we could market to. If we want to market to free and clears or high equities, bankruptcies, vacants, and so forth. So powerful tool. We're not into the marketing component, but just notice here, just the comps from this. Again, there's no excuse. If you need comps and you don't have MLS access, go to CompleteComps.com, sign up. You got access data all over Atlanta as well as the country. Take advantage of it. It's never been 10 years I've been doing this, 11 years now. I've never seen it so easy to get high quality data. If you're a wholesaler, this is not an option. You have to have it because you'd be crazy not to. There's no reason for any wholesalers to ever put out bad data again with this kind of stuff available to you. Anyway, hope this is helpful. You know how to get a hold of me if there's questions. Thanks.